Lifestyles. The term lifestyles can denote the interests, opinions, behaviors, and behavioral orientations of an individual, group, or culture.
Emo lifestyle. Origin. The word emo comes from emotional hardcore music. Emo culture became popular in the 5th decade of the 2000s. Despite this, the beginning of emos born in the 80s has a musical style derived from hardcore punk American. Currently, his music is more commercial and its most famous representative is My Chemical Romance and Green Day. Current situation. The emos are fairly widespread, especially in Latin America. Most emos are young people aged 14 to 20 years. Many of them have a negative or dramatic vision of life, and then they show the world as pessimistic and victims of a society which is thinking more capital and private interests will forget people and their real needs. Gossip characteristic. Stickers are start covering part of the face, dark clothing, piercings, covered knickers, wristbands, badges, jabbies, fighter shirts, usually black, and the real inside. Interests and activities. Very concerned about their appearance and not declared against fashion. Although paradoxically, the emo is fashionable. Often, they have a tendency to question the meaning of things and don't usually believe in religion. One of his most repeated phrases is emo born, not made. Bands. Today the bands heard the most emos are known by Chemical Romance, Blink 182, All American Reggae, Silverstein, Panic at the Disco, and more.
Hick lifestyle. Origin. The hick terminology comes from the English word freak, meaning monster, weird, or crazy. With this word is defined sympathetically young people, mostly teenagers whose behavior is out of the usual or accepted by social norms. Feathers. Hicks are distinguished by unusual tastes and interests which spend all their free time on topics such as video games, RPGs, comics, manga, TV series, technology, and so on. These people are often distinguished by being insociable, not care what others think of them, and mingle with people or similar tastes. Current presence. Your presence is growing. Within early 2000s, when it began to popularize the term, the word hick was taken as insult. Gradually, it has increasingly become a word without pejorative character, reaching the point of hick lifestyles that moves a lot of money in sales of video games, movies, and TV series where the protagonists are hicks with eccentric tastes and addictive personality, comic and manga salons where people go dressed as their favorite characters, and so on. There is a global day of hick pride, which is held every May 25, especially over the internet. A few characteristic: hicks don't care about the way they dress. They wear clothes that feeling more comfortable to acquire or have at hand, no matter what others think of them. Often, they wear their hobby shirts with famous quotes, TV characters, brand logos, and so on. Musical genre. Chicks don't have a definite musical genre, although most of them listen to music and watch series as usual. Interests and activities. Their interests range from normal hobbies to hobbies of all kinds. They mix comics, manga, anime, TV series, music groups, collections of all kinds, science, to video games, RPGs, technology and gadgets, computer programming, among others. Whatever your hobbies, your dedication to them is usually high. Aiming to know everything about them and devote all his spare time.
Gamer lifestyle. Gamer or player in the teen community use the name the gamers, different for console and computer games. At existence, the first game was created but and takes several decades. Using stopping and the video games, pleasures are so many negatives. Today, not only they are your people with much free time playing video games, but there are people for age and the game designed for all audience introduction several studies and show that some video games help people to develop the skill like reflex, logic of memory. Or video games become popular in the 70s, 80s, 90s, but it was not using the with multiplayer online games began to rise among the public due to the rise computer and later other devices such as the smartphone, current video game Fire and the Thrones, the world where gamers can meet to discover and news of your favorite saga. Depending of the given usage, pleasures gamers, consoles, desktop, PlayStation, Xbox, Y, computer, PC, portable console, Game Boy, portable PC in different versions, or smartphones and tablet, Android or iOS. And activities. Every game and the three favorite types of the game, some like World of Warcraft and spend year being pleasure by mission of people and the estimate activities. Other games from life of many of the ape become allows to cope your for you and the not your people. Runner and the last this kind of professional players where at will spend a lot of time preferring it thinking in particular game. I need to win professional tournaments to alive and emergent.
The causes that me have lead and showmen to be need have several usually come from being temporary situation while staking its future as an adult or discouragement to a hot market wider possibilities from the future.
Grant's lifestyle. Born in the city of Seattle in the early 90s as an evolution of punk, the word grunge means dirt, refers to a scruffy and dirty aesthetic distortion in the voices and in the look. Other characteristics. They wear striped shirts,